Congratulations, gentlemen. Adam Herbst back with you momentarily before I give it back to Mark. I was talking with some of the team members last night, and one thing I want to do before we acknowledge each of these gentlemen by name, I want to remember their team members who have passed away. Mike Collins, Fred Kramer, Joe Hartle, assistant coach Ed Hasbrook, Jack Hickey, Dave Honer, Paul Lubinsky, Tom Spees, trainer Tom Waugh, Pat Whalen, Gary Uso, and of course, head coach John Gagliardi. A moment of silence, please. And now, a round of applause for those gentlemen. With us here tonight, we have team captain Bernie Beckman, Tim Delmont, Jim Day, John Erickson, Tom Gillum, Terry Hartman, Bill Hassing, Jim Harikoff, Jim Mahoney, John McCormick, of course, John McDowell, Tom Mackesy, Joe Muka, team captain Craig Myers, team captain Ken Roaring, Mike Scherer, Bob Spinner, and John Traxellis. Before I move on, did I miss anyone? We're good. How about a round of applause for these guys?
Okay, I think we're supposed to do a quick interview here with a couple of the team captains. So if those gentlemen would like to come to center stage here. Who's up for, all right. Well, it's great, I get to read these names on this date in Johnny football history, and it's great to put faces with the legendary names. So how did this team come together? I mean, there's always a sense of community here at St. John's. It's one of the first things people talk about when they're a student here is the sense of community. Tell us what it was like back then.
Okay, but I can remember that the second day of practice in the fall, all us freshmen got together at Tommy Hall. Well, I was from St. Cloud Cathedral, and the people in the room were really against me and other teams. We played De La Salle, there was Bob Spinner, and I really respected him. And then there was Tom Mackesy from St. Cloud, from the Preps. There was Dave Honer from Cold Spring. So all these people were just close to me and very competitive. Well, sitting in that room, all of a sudden, I didn't hate any of these guys. All of a sudden, there was tremendous respect. So we each looked at each other, and I think from that day forward, our team started to come together. And then probably about 7 days later, we had a scrimmage. And sure enough, Bernie Beckman stepped forward, and he played halfback ever since then. So way back then, the first couple days, our team started to come together.
This is a question I kind of like to ask Bernie because it's one of John's great stories. By the way, Bernie is Patrick Strom, was he a nephew, a great nephew, or?
My sister's grandson.
Yeah. A little legacy there. I did not know you were related to one of our second best three-point shooter we've ever had here at St. John's.
The record for
a year.
From the end of one season till the beginning of the next.
Yeah. David Stockman's pretty good. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about facing that Prairie View A&M team, and you had to go up against Otis Taylor, who played in a Super Bowl, I believe, if not one. Yeah, in Super Bowl 4. So that had to be quite the interesting game for you guys.
Well, first of all, we had no idea how good this team was. As John Gagliardi would say many times afterwards, ignorance is bliss. We had no idea. They had Kenny Houston, who's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They had Otis Taylor. They had Jim Carney. and Jim Carney and Otis Taylor played for Kansas City and the team that beat the Vikings. And they got us down early. Their first play from scrimmage, they scored. So we were down 7-0, and then we got a couple of big plays. Bob Spinner ran a punt back for a touchdown. John McCormick intercepted a pass, ran it back for a touchdown, but we were still down 14-3 or 13 at halftime. So we came out, we took the lead, and I think we just persevered as a team. And we had one thing that they didn't have. We had the greatest football coach in the history of college football,
Yes.
John Gagliardi.
Joe, do you remember John's speech at halftime, what he said?
John's? Well, John, a lot of us, the person you should talk to about this, Ken Raring. Because it was Ken Raring who really can give you the answer to that question.
Actually, I can't.
Why not? Why can't? It's
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, you can tell the story.
I think, we were down, but, one of the stories I always tell about Ken and this team, and I think this team had the heart of a champion. And one of the things is we just had confidence that we would, and I think John had confidence in us, and we had confidence in Jim. And, I think John was never up or down. He was just saying, we know what we have to do. And I think we just went out and did it. And that's the story of the team. Just John's motto was, ordinary people doing ordinary things in extraordinary ways. And that's the way we went out the second half and did the job.
Thank you, Joe. The 1963 national champions into the Hall of Honor.